Magandang araw sa inyong lahat.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening po sa lahat ng nakikinig po.
Hello to all our viewers from here and around the world.
Napakaganda na ating talintiman ngayong hapon ito.
Isang mainit na pagbati po sa inyong lahat.
Well, friends,
welcome to the Bridges Show.
I'm very happy to be here, and I think it should be a really interesting and fun topic.
What are the things you want to learn? So I wanna take it from there and then I listen to them.
Meron silang mga mithiin upang maging makabuluhan pa ang pagiging Katoliko. Lalong-lalo na sa susunod na henerasyon.
Sa akin po, sa mga kabataan, use competence as a basis.
In real life, hindi naman talaga tayo tumitigil sa buhay. Kailangan talaga tuloy lang ang buhay kahit anong challenges natin.
Palawan, Cebu, Baguio City, Atty. Dwight, pati La Union. So we are saying that revenge travel is real.
Mas kailangan natin na i-share ang hiwaga ng sinin sa mga tao.
Food and health should go hand in hand. So yan ang gusto namin paratingin sa gobyerno.
If you will just devote your life teaching, hindi ka yayaman sa pera, pero yayaman ka sa tao.
Siyempre, ang pinakamaganda po naman sa ating universidad ay yung talagang natuturuan po tayo kung paano maging mabuting tao.
Happy anniversary to Bridges! Here at Bridges, we build bridges of faith, bridges of hope, and bridges of love.
Social enterprises are driven by a desire to make a difference in society, focusing on creating solutions for pressing social and environmental issues. The essence of social enterprise lies in its ability to balance financial success with positive societal impacts, ultimately working towards sustainable development and a better future for all. Today, in our episode of Bridges, we will learn more about the making of social enterprises and the difference between social enterprise and corporate social responsibility with our very special guest. So mamaya malalaman natin who is that very special guest. Now, this is Dr. Giselle Barrion, Managing Director and Chief Organization Development Consultant of JLB Management Consultancy Services and a faculty member and alumna of University of Santo Tomas. I'm also the founder of Cara Leadership, or the Art of Leading with Love. That's why our topic for today is very much close to my heart. Magandang araw po sa inyong lahat, mga fellow Thomasians. This episode today is brought to you by the UST Alumni Association Incorporated and the UST Nursing Alumni Association. Now, before we continue, I invite you to please like and share our show and subscribe to our UST Thomasian alumni community. So don't forget that. We have a UST Thomasian alumni community YouTube channel as well as follow our Facebook page. Okay, so yan, napakaganda talaga ng magiging conversation natin ngayong hapon because with me is a guest whom most of us probably have already know of. Because he is just a multi-hyphenate professional who has received numerous renowned national and international awards in his profession as a nurse, midwife, multimedia personality, and most especially as entrepreneur. He's no other than the man behind the biggest, most awarded, and distinctive enterprise for having a nationwide reach around the country. Sasabihin ko na, the Dr. Carl E. Balita Review Center or CBRC. So kilala na natin kung sino siyang lahat. He's no other than the educational entrepreneur extraordinaire, Dr. Carl E. Balita. Welcome back to Bridges, Dr. Carl. Hi, Dr. Carl. Can you hear us? Okay, I think nagkakaroon lang ng intermittent connection.
Afternoon. Yes, very well and clear, loud and clear. All right, hi, we're here.
Ayun.
I stopped on the road.
Thank you
Am
for
I okay
having...
now, Dr. G?
Yes, your voice is okay now and we can clearly see you. Thank you for being with us today. I know you're very busy right now. I heard earlier prior the show that you have a lot of guesting invitation left and right from north to the south of the Philippines. So grabe,
Yeah.
napaka-busy mo. So thank you for being with us this afternoon, Dr. Carl. Dr. Carl, kanina binanggit namin about social enterprise.
This is
So
my life.
didiretsuhin ko na. Opo, live po ito.
Go ahead.
Live po ito. Didiretsuhin ko na, Dr. Carl, no? What
Go ahead.
inspired you to start a social enterprise?
It's a strategy. It's a strategy, and it's the core. You know, as business mature, you don't only focus on initially what you thought was your motivation, which was profit, of course. Then you start seeing people. Then you start seeing, the planet. And that's where you see the ease, no? That's where you see the economy, the ecology. And that's where you see the triple bottom line. So it evolved that CBRC Review Center, simple review center as it may just may, pero ang CBRC was present in all calamities, relief missions, and many others. Then we realized that, well, wait, I have to really help my people. So that's when I started giving partnership with my people, even with my janitors. And then that's where I started, becoming concerned about the environment, because really we have to be sustainable. So that's where I started planting trees. We're now planting 1 million trees all over the country. I adopted the Philippine eagle. And then I realized that there is thing in the middle of the profit, the planet, and the people, and that is purpose. And purpose, therefore, is found in the core, that we are not only doing business to make profit, we are actually bridging dreams of many aspiring professionals, so that they become professionals. They become nurses, RNs, LPTs, criminologists, and so on. They create good careers in their lives. And then it became bigger and bigger, Dr. G. It became bigger that it has become, through the years, part of the DNA of what we are as an organization. So the decision was very purposeful. It's very organizationally, organizationally threaded through maturity. And as a learning organization, we just had to go back to our roadmap, to our vision, mission. And then we said, okay, let's transform this very blessed organization of national reach to become a social enterprise. And then the rest will be history.
So there's a transformation to make it a social enterprise. Dr. Carr, related to that, now how would you differentiate a social enterprise from, the usual CSRs in an organization, di ba? Usually sa mga companies, they have CSR initiatives.
Well, CSR are just programs within the company. They are just sometimes strategies, but they are not embedded in the DNA of the organization. The social enterprise, you are actually embedding. You embed your purpose, your social purpose in the organization. Then you map it as part of your key result areas.
Okay, medyo nag-intermittent lang yung connection, but I like what he mentioned about embedding the concept of social enterprise as part of the corporate culture.
You actually communicate as who you are. So it becomes coded in your DNA.
Nag-intermittent lang ang connection ni Dr. Carl right now. Baka Dr. Carl, you can stop by somewhere na I know you are currently on the road. Baka pwede kang mag-stop over sa isang area where there's a good internet connection. Okay? Nag-intermittent lang ang kanyang internet. Okay, so napakaganda ng discussion natin kanina, no? Truly embedded sa kanilang company, yung The Carl Balita Review Center, yung concept ng social enterprise. So it's not just an enterprise that is for business, but also it's an enterprise with the purpose or with the heart. Next, parang Pia works back with a heart, with purpose.
Yeah.
Ayan, si Dr. Carl, ayan na. You're back.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I'm back. Yeah, sorry.
Yes.
Sorry. Ito, titigil na ako dito kasi we passed by a mountain.
Medyo lang, Dr. Carl, yung orientation ng iyong video. Ano siya, nakabaligtad lang.
Yeah. All right. Sorry for this. Sorry to the audience. I know.
Yes. Ayan.
All right. So, yeah, going back there, Dr. G, you're an OD person. It's very, that's the CSR are just, I should say, periodical engagement of companies so that they can do what they plan to do as something good. But a social enterprise is when it's part of your DNA, it's part of your core values,
right?
It's part of your vision, part of your vision and mission. Then that's
Naging
where
part na siya ng culture.
It's part of the culture, and it's actually a strategic direction.
Right.
It's mapped out as your part of your key result areas, your KPIs.
Mm-hmm.
Your performance indicators will measure it. It's something we measure. Like, for example, right now, I woke up this morning with a report that we were able to distribute 3,400 bags to grade 1 students all over the country.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Because we have the metrics of how we're, through our Brigada Escuela, we're trapping the grade 1s without new bags. Then we replace them. Mga ganon. And so in other words, it's something we actually measure. Okay? It's something that we commit to deliver. Not only commit to our customer or to a benefactor, but we are committing to ourselves. That's the essence of social enterprise.
I like what you mentioned, Dr. Carl, about measuring it. Kasi you cannot manage what you do not measure, eh. Diba?
And you cannot improve what you cannot measure. Of course, we want to improve. Just like profit. You're measuring profit. Tumaas ba ang profit? You're measuring it. You want to find out if you're improving. But more importantly, if you are a social enterprise, so hindi lang profit. We're planting 1 million trees. And if I open a Google Drive, I would know right now how many trees we have planted all over the country through our partners. You see, that's for the planet. And for the people, I should be able to know, yung mga natutulungan namin, no? And many others. So it's something that makes you feel good because you're measuring it, and it gives you the feeling that you're successful.
Yes. Meron kang environmental and social impact. Dr. Carl, I know marami kang mga naging social enterprise ventures or activities related to embedding social enterprise culture in the company. But ano yung mga highlights, ano yung mga milestones ng mga activities na yun na naalala mo? Yung mga most memorable that you've had on this initiative?
Think about this. During the pandemic, paano mabubuhay ang review center na walang board exam for 2 years?
Oo nga naman,
You know what?
no?
Yeah, you know what we did, surprisingly? Marami akong nurses, faculty, staff, at marami kaming mga health professionals, faculty and staff. You know what I did? I talked to Quezon City. I told Mayor Joy, I have nurses. How are you willing to pay our nurses a good amount of money that would actually give them livelihood? Okay? And be willing to pay some administrative costs so that I can operate them. And I will deploy them in your vaccination centers. You know, Dr. G, I'm very proud to tell you and to report to you now that 1 million Q citizens were vaccinated because of the CBRC team. And they were called volunteers in Quezon City. Laki tulong nun. And they were doing it in a voluntary way. Kasi pwede naman kami magtago eh. Pero alam mo, kasabay nun yung mga janitors namin na pwedeng i-text ng nurses and doctors na, uy, wala akong masakyan, sunduin mo naman kami. Nakamotor yung mga yan. Kasi yung mga janitors ko, we have kasi deliveries eh. So it's something we have done during the pandemic. I wouldn't forget those days na para kaming may call center. And then other doctors, other nurses will say, ay, pwede ba akong sumali? May kilala pa ako, pwede ba kaming sumali? Then the volunteerism expanded. And then we were able to reach out to to many vaccination centers in Quezon City are,
Mhm.
empowered by CBRC team. Anong ginawa ng review center? Paano nangyari yon? Di ba? Parang ganon. And
Mm.
another example of that for a more sustainable project, bakit meron kami donate na masjid or a mosque, a small Muslim mosque in
Okay.
Maguindanao? Why
Mosque.
is that? Magtataka ko, why
Bakit
is
nga
that?
ba?
Why will
Oh,
Carl
yes.
Balita, a Catholic, a Tomasian, a Christian, why will his company, Carl Balita Review Center, donate, ang pangalan pa nga nun, Al-Seb Masjid?
Al-Seb.
Why? Al-Seb, because my initial is Seb. Why is that? Come to think of it, I am patronized by many Muslim communities in Mindanao. It's not only paying it forward, but it's in our core to be Muslim sensitive, to be Muslim relevant and safe. And therefore, sabi ko, okay, so we donated the masjid. And you know what, Miss G, pumili kasi kami ng location. Katabi niya yung barracks ng JPST. JPST, yan yung Joint Protection Security Team. Yan yung pinagsanib na puwersa ng dating nagpapatayan ng mga rebelde at mga alagad ng batas, na ngayon ay nakatira sa isang bubong at ngayon ay nagdadasal sa isang masjid. Katabi yan ng isang market. Alam mo naman, entrepreneur advocate ako. So yung mga nagtitinda doon sila sisimba. Nagpe-pray, nagsasala, tawag nga nila sa Muslim language. Why will CBRC do that? Because we want to contribute to peace to Mindanao. Pero alam mo ang impact noon? Ang impact noon, we're building another one, and we are creating a Muslim Islamic laboratory in Cotabato State University. Now, ano kayon? We are an educational institution, and peace education is one of the key lessons that we want to teach as a review center. And now it demonstrated. Now, bakit ako nag-ampon ng isang agila? Kasi,
bakit nga ba?
Endangered sila in the entire country. Less than 800 na lang sila. Nung isang araw, namatay yung partner ng agila ko na pinakawalan sa Leyte. Why is that? Because we would like to communicate that we have to be responsible. Alam mo yung inampun kong agila, binaril yun sa Agsur.
Kamusta na siya, Doc?
Okay na siya. Na-rescue siya ng Philippine Eagle Foundation. Napakawalan na siya ngayon sa Leyte. Okay daw siya. Namatay yung partner niya, nalunod nung kahapon, the other day. So, why are we doing that? Why are we planting 1 million trees? Alam mo kung bakit? Right now, I probably have 30,000 students. What if my 30,000 students, all of them will plant a tree today? Or another tree tomorrow?
Multiplier effect yun.
That is 60,000. At saan ko pinapatanim sa kanila, Dr. G? Hindi ko sa kanila pinapatanim sa bundok na hindi naman mababantayan. Pinapatanim ko sila sa likod bahay nila. Pero may kapalit yun. May kapalit yun. May kapalit yun na certificate of their community engagement. Na magagamit nila kasi pag napatunayan nila, nagtanim sila, inalagaan nila over a period of time, may proof sila na nangyari yon, bibigyan namin sila ng certificate. Certificate of community engagement na nakakadagdag sa points nila pag sila nag-a-apply sa DepEd. Diba? So it becomes a valuable tool for them. At sinong partner ko dito? Yung Apo Fraternity, because my wife is a part of the Apo sorority. And what happens then? They become my partner. And then sabi ko sa Apo, sige, tulungan nyo kami. Let's plant 1 million trees. Mag-a-accommodate ako ng scholar nyo sa review sa lahat ng school na meron kayo.
Nice.
If they are present in 500 schools, I have 500 scholars. Anong kapalit nun? 1 million trees.
Diba? May societal impact agad, environmental and societal impact.
Exactly.
Diba? May scholarship ka na, meron ka pang tulong sa environment, Dr. Carl.
And many others. Meron pa akong isa. Bakit ako may scholarship sa lahat ng persons with disability? Bakit ka mo? Maniniwala ka, Giselle, Dr. G, na meron akong blind na top-notcher sa licensure exam for teachers.
Parang narinig ko nga yan, Doc. Oo.
Yeah, meron akong deaf na mga LPTs. Meron akong mga post-polio na LPTs na ngayon. LPTs who are deaf. Mali pala yung deaf LPT. LPTs who are deaf. Okay? LPTs who are blind. Top-notchers who are blind. Why is
Doon
that?
yung diversity, no, Doc? Yung
Pero
diversity and inclusivity.
Pero itong message ko. Ang message ko
Mhm.
sa public, ganito. Yung ang blind, yung deaf nga, napatap namin, napapasa namin eh. Ikaw pa ba?
Tama.
Now, it creates an inspiration to the younger people and it delivers a lot of trust to my company that we are capable of even making this, they call persons with disability, perform well in the board. So what does that do to us? It creates more credibility for us. Of course, we're not doing it so that we become credible. No. Sincerely, even IPs, indigenous peoples. No? Why is that? Because we become a brand. And that brand becomes very strong. And remember, you're not buying products. You're buying brands. At ngayon, yung mga bata, pag sila yung mga estudyante, mga graduates, they would love to go to us because they know that part of their tuition goes to planting a tree, protecting an eagle, sending indigenous to schools, building classrooms, and so on. So they feel better. Am I doing it? Am I faking it so that I capture the market? No. It's difficult to fake it over 17
Ano nga bang
years.
dahilan? Ano nga bang dahilan, Dr. Carl? Why are we trying to position as a social enterprise?
Because when you're blessed, you want to be a blessing to others. Yun ang totoong dahilan. I just feel I am so blessed. I'm so blessed as a company, my family so blessed. My people are so blessed. I'm so blessed with wonderful men, women, and all genders. Alam mo, ang nangyari pati dyan, pati ngayon mga applicants namin, why are you applying to be my staff or to be my faculty? Because we like what you do. So it now becomes a reason for good people to come together.
Right.
And it's not something we fake. It's not something we do out of awards.
Right.
It's genuinely, alam mo yun, you're an OD person, Dr. G. It's very difficult to fake it through the years. It cannot be sustainable. But we have been doing relief missions for 17 years. We have been giving scholarships to indigenous persons with disability for 15 years. And the more we become a blessing to others, the more I realize that we are blessed.
Right. The ripple effect of blessing and sharing your blessing also to others. Dr. Carl, you have numerous, I'm sure you have other things that you weren't able to discuss today regarding your social enterprise activities. But what are the biggest challenges you've encountered by far as a social entrepreneur? With these activities that you're doing, I know na may mga rough roads tayong dinadaanan kung minsan, di ba? Hindi naman yan smooth gliding all the time eh. Ano yung mga remarkable na challenges that you've encountered in pursuing or embedding this social enterprise culture in the organization?
It's actually the limitation of resources that you have. Like for example, 8 years ago, we launched a campaign to help one child with biliary atresia. That child will have to be operated upon in 2 months. The family had to raise 3.5 million. I was able to help the child, and the child now is celebrating, I think, his 8th or 9th birthday. He should have died before he turned 2. But because of that story, a lot of children or families with biliary atresia are brought to me. But I have the challenge is I cannot do it all the time.
Right.
I have very limited resources. So what I can do is just to refer them to government and other agencies. I don't have enough. The challenge is still the climate that we're trying. In environment, the challenge is the environment itself, which you want to protect. For example, tumigil kami, dapat targeted namin na 1 million trees by the end of the year. Pero palagay ko madidelay kami. Alam mo kung bakit? Kasi hindi kami nakapagtanim ng 2 buwan nung sobrang init ng panahon. We had to postpone it. And now naman, sobra naman bahain.
Correct.
So we're really looking for the right timing. So sabi namin, yun ang mga limitation. The limitation is what you're actually solving, environment. And siyempre, Limitation is we cannot have enough for everyone. Like for example, gusto kong expand ang aking scholarship sa mga solo parents. Kaya lang pag ginawa ko yon, ang dami nila. Gusto ko sa lahat ng indigenous. Kaya lang like sa Mindanao, halos lahat ng tao indigenous. So
Correct.
nag-focus ako in tribal indigenous. Kasi remember, in a social enterprise, you have to be sustainable. You should
Tama.
continue to earn profit so that your organization
Exactly.
continues to survive. So, kailangan may balancing ka. You cannot give it all. Yun ang solution ko naman doon. I created the Carl Balita Foundation. So, part of the
Ayun.
tuition fee goes to the foundation. Like may klase ako, we pass the hat, we get donations. I get donors. Kanila lang isang din narinig yung narrative ko umalis siya, nagbigay siya ng sobre. Diba no? Ma'am Almarie, no? Sorry. Nagbigay ng sobre yung isang din. Nag-donate siya.
Nice.
Si Dean, family name ni Dean? Dean Gloria. Oo, nag-donate siya sa akin. Dean ng St. Jude College dito sa Surigao. Sorry, I have to ask them because the details are with them. So,
It's okay.
it becomes easy if you're doing it within the circle. Kaya lang napaka-expanded ng circle namin. Alam mo ba, lahat ng students ko naka-insured. Lahat ng faculty ko naka-insured. Pero pag may na-aksidente kang faculty, may binawian ng buhay, hindi naman enough yung insurance. Well, God provides. Basta kaya, sige. Dami lumalapit. Yun ang government kasi madaming resources. So may mga kaibigan akong senador, nakakakuha naman tayo ng mga letter of guarantee or guarantee letter, napapadala sa kanila, sa mga natutulungan sila kasi madidrain ako. Pag sa akin lahat yun manggagaling. Pero alam mo, ang laki ng need. Pero alam mo, ang real challenge, Dr. G?
Ano nga ba?
The real challenge is how to infect the other enterprises to do the same.
Yes. Totoo yan.
Ako in the world of business, I am becoming loud in telling them na pag ikaw ang ganda ng sasakyan mo, ang ganda ng bahay mo, ang ganda ng mansion mo, pero hindi nag-i-improve ang quality of life ng mga tao mo, mag-iisip ka. Kasi dapat equitable. Equitability.
Tama. Yes,
equitability.
Yes.
Ibig sabihin, hindi ko naman sinabing dapat naka-Mercedes-Benz din yung staff mo. Pero sa akin, dapat naman yung staff mo may makakain. In other words, ang social entrepreneurship, titingnan mo yung tao mo. Are they okay?
Yes.
Are they
Na-meet ba
okay?
yung mga needs nila? Diba?
Because ang first customer mo, ako first customer ko, hindi reviewees ko. Ang first customer ko actually are my people. So kailangan happy sila. Itong oras na to, may nagsusumba sa office ko kasi yung health program ko. Ano yon? Ang health program ko in place. Kasi sabi ko, I have to look after their health. Buti pa nga sila nakakasumba, ako hindi Meron kaming may psychologists kami who they can run to for their mental health concerns.
May work-life balance sila.
Well, ako, pwede ka magdala ng anak sa staff ko. Yung staff ko, pag wala mag-aalaga sa anak mo, dalin mo. Yung baby, dalin mo, doon mo, meron kaming crib doon. Yung isa kong staff na nandito sa Manila, nag-work from home ka na lang, o doon ka work from home ka sa Baguio. Doon ka na lang kasi taga Baguio siya. Diyan ka mag-work from home. Virtually, gawin mo ang trabaho mo. And meron kaming work from home program. Mag-a-apply ka na, pwede ba ako ay 3 days a week lang papasok? Yung 2 days, ito ang gagawin ko na i-deliver ko while I'm working at home. Kailangan lang clear kasi ayoko naman ma-abuse yung company. So you protect your people, you protect your planet, and you protect your profit. And, of course, because of your purpose. Pero may isa pang P, yung prosperity.
Right.
Prosperity.
Prosperity.
You create an equitable workplace where you're happy na yung manager mo nakabili ng kotse, papagawa ng bahay, yung faculty mo nakakapagpaaral ng anak, may insurance, yung ganon. Because I think that's why people work. That's the reason why people work.
Ang ganda ng 4 Ps, no? People, planet, profit, And ano pa yung isang
Purpose.
binibigit mo, Dr. Carl?
Purpose.
Purpose. Yung
Purpose.
pinaka-importante doon, yung purpose.
Prosperity. The purpose is in the core.
Prosperity.
Prosperity radiates. And prosperity is what others become because of you. That's the definition. Prosperity is what others become because of you.
Speaking of prosperity, Dr. Carl, we know naman as an enterprise, in order for it to be sustainable, syempre kailangan mo pa rin ng profit, di ba? As much as we wanted to do a lot of mission-driven activities. But how do we balance now yung, or how do we ensure rather that our enterprise remains mission-driven over time? Considering that we know that hindi naman palaging maganda ang takbo ng negosyo. May mga challenges, di ba, sa business community right now. Mga external environment.
Innovation pa rin. Innovation still the key. Hindi ka naman pwedeng makatulong. You cannot pour from an empty cup.
Right.
You cannot give something you do not have. So I have to be very strategic so that my company still makes a lot of profit. You know, and my company is still profitable. No, hindi pwedeng yung profit ko. Ang rule concept sana ng social enterprises, ibabalik mo, ipoploy back mo yung profit mo to your purpose. Iikot mo siya. It becomes a circular economy. Sa akin kasi, iba yung operation ko, iba yung style. Hindi kagaya ng ibang social enterprise na nasa farming na lahat ng kinikita goes to the farmers. No, hindi ganon. Kasi ako, you know, I also have my family to keep. You know, and of course I own the company, but I still have, you know, my savings to make. Okay, so it's about allocation, allocating a certain
proper
portion
allocation.
So that proper allocation. Of course, number one, innovate so that you will continue to survive your business. And number two, you allocate properly. And, you know, ang importante dyan, trust in the abundance of the universe. God provides.
Right.
God
I like what
provides.
you mentioned.
Yeah.
Faith in the Lord, diba? Abundance mentality.
Correct.
Dr. Carl, you mentioned this earlier that unlike the other siguro competitors, wala silang ganitong business model, no? Pero how would you differentiate your social enterprise with the others who are also doing the same? Is there any thing that you would like to highlight when it comes to your distinction with the other social enterprises out there? It could be in the same industry where you are at, or maybe when you want to compare it with another social enterprise as well.
It's going to be unfair to be comparing apples to grapes. It's remember in organizational development, Dr. G, you know very well that you define your core. This happens to be our core. I don't want to blame others and say, why is this not in your core? Well, that's their decision. That's their trajectory. But our trajectory is this. Alam mo kung gaano kabait si Lord? Yung anak kong abogado, 7 years nag-aral, wala akong tuition fee na binayaran.
Paano nangyari
yung
yun,
anak,
Doc?
Merit scholar siya. Siya pang
Okay.
may allowance. She almost topped the bar. Yung pangalawa ko, industrial engineer, UP Diliman, walang tuition.
Full scholar din.
Ganun ka-generous si Lord. I have nothing to worry about my children's tuition fee. Kaya masabi nung anak ko, Daddy, dapat alam mo, yung practice ko ng law, libre. Kasi nag-aral naman ako ng law ng libre. I mean, you know, but of course, she has to create her life out of her career.
Right.
And my industrial engineer is also already doing some business. And to me, alam mo, siguro ang nagda-drive ng iba sa greed is their insecurity. Pero ako natutunan ko ang natutunan ko sa buhay that in giving you get more. It is in giving that you get more. It is really in generosity that you feel the generosity of your people. There were times in our history na wala akong pasweldo sa staff ko. Alam niyo bang staff ko sila pa mismo nagdadala ng pagkain para meron kaming budel, para meron kaming and then how many months wala silang sweldo, it's okay for them because they felt the generosity when we were sagana. And you get people who are so motivated to do because you know the best motivator is the work itself. It's not the money. Alam mo yun, Herzberg's theory.
Yes.
Diba? Money is never a motivator. But when it's not present, it's a hygiene factor. If it is absent, it dissatisfies. But if it is present, it does not guarantee that it satisfies.
Right.
Yeah, that's the Hertzberg's theory. So the work that we create for our people becomes the main motivator for them to do good and do well. And that's why we're doing business of doing good by doing well. And this had been we have been doing this for a decade already. It started with being present in relief mission. Kailan nakakapagod ang relief eh. Kagaya ng bumagyo. Alam mo ba, bumagyo dyan sa Manila sa atin one day. The next day, namimigay kami sa Marikina. The third day, namimigay kami sa Quezon City. Yeah. And I even gathered my friends to also contribute so that there will be more beneficiary of our acts. Pero nakakapagod ang relief eh. Kailangan yung help sustainable din. That's why we go to a more sustainable activities.
Yung mga younger ones na lang muna, Dr. Carl, i-leave na muna natin sa kanila yung mga relief operation.
Yeah.
Sa atin medyo na tayo, ibang activity,
it's teaching them to fish already, not giving them
more of inspiring. Dr. Carl, isa ka sa mga papagmamalaki natin na Thomasian product or Thomasian graduates. Would you like to share our listeners and viewers, ano yung mga Thomasian values na tingin mo contributed to your success as a social entrepreneur?
Faith, hope, and love pa rin. It's still faith, hope, and love. Well, I have faith that God provided me with so much blessings. I have hope that no matter what, everything is going to be okay. And we have so much love because I felt love. So we want to share it. You know, the problem with love is it's addicting. It's addicting. The more you love, the more you want to feel love and want to give more love. Ganon siya. So I think Thomasians will always have to go back to I felt I am imbued with an unending grace. And because I'm imbued with an unending grace, I can empty myself in the interest of helping and seeing others grow. Alam mo, maybe some entrepreneurs in my field of work or field of in my industry are probably richer than me. But what are we talking about? What wealth are we talking about? God gave me a wonderful family, you know. My third is already a nurse. You know, my wife is a pediatrician. So what can be more securing than a secured family, highly secured children who are so good, so intelligent, and so nice. What can be more securing than that?
Very fulfilled ka na, Dr. Carl. You're very fulfilled man. Dr. Carl, meron tayong question, meron tayong additional question. Ano yung mga iba pang tips na mabibigay mo sa mga kabataan ngayon who would like to engage in social enterprise?
Don't play tennis with your eyes on the scoreboard. Play tennis with your eyes on the ball. In other words, don't do business just to make profit. Go into business because you're solving a problem. And the more you solve the problems, the higher is the problem in the Maslow's hierarchy of needs that you're trying to solve, the more sustainable your business is. And don't forget that in the Maslow's hierarchy of needs, the basic needs are so basic that you want the self-actualizing level. And self-actualization is when you're able to bring out your potential and bring out the potential of others. It's when you feel secured. It's when you feel loved and you belong. It's when your self-worth, self-esteem is actually valued. And then you feel self-actualized. And there's nothing more fulfilling than that. Yeah. Yun ang advice ko sa inyo.
Napakaganda ng mga messages ni Dr. Carl. Any other final tips, Dr. Carl, or final words before we end our conversation this afternoon?
Alam mo, simple lang yung lagi ko sinasabi. If you really feel blessed, you want to be a blessing to others. Yun yung gusto kong word natin sa UST eh. Hindi yung shine. We illuminate. We
Mhm.
illuminate. And by illuminating, you mean that you're not shining. You're
Mhm.
allowing your shine, to
Mhm.
transmit. It's transmitted to others so that others shine as well. Alam mo,
Right.
G, hindi ako sobrang yaman, pero napakarami kong napayaman.
Mm. Ang
Yeah,
galing ng sinabi mong yun, Doc.
napakarami kong napayaman, not financially,
Mhm.
but with purpose. Yeah, gaano karaming top-notchers ko who are living their lives now, their good lives. Not just by earning enough money or good money, comparatively more money, but it's really about making them fulfill their dreaming of wanting others to also be dreamers who can be one with their dreams. Ang dami nun. Yun ang pinakamasarap sa lahat. And the legacy that I think we're living is the legacy that we were not here only to make people pass the board.
Mhm.
But we are here because we want a lot of people discover that there is something in them beyond the license and beyond their board rating. It's called life. And they have to learn living that life, not for themselves, but for others. After all, what are we professionals for if we are selfishly just in the pursuit of our personal gains? Right? We're supposed to be professionals for others. And that's the key message that I have developed through the years. And maybe that's the reason why, after all these years, CBRC is still CBRC. And it's growing. Maybe that attracted me to have managing partners all over the country and trustworthy people to help me pursue our goal and our mission. We are not in the mission of just making money. We are in the mission of changing lives, transforming lives, illuminating others.
Wow, napakadaming thought for the day, Dr. Carl. I like what you mentioned about being a light or illuminating your light by being a blessing to others.
Yeah.
Truly social enterprises, Dr. Carr, blend the best of both worlds. It's generating profits while at the same time addressing social and environmental challenges. It's creating profit with a good purpose. Maraming salamat ulit sa inyo, Dr. Carl, for heeding to this invitation. We hope to invite you again in our future episodes. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you so much, Dr. G. Regards to Ma'am Ida and to President Dwight, congratulations sa iyong appointment. And to other members of the USTAY and the USNAY, I have been very busy, but I'm one with you, certainly, one with you. God bless you all.
Thank you so much, Dr. Carl. Have a safe trip. Before we finally close the show, we have some important announcements. We're calling all alumni associations of University of Santo Tomas. The nomination for the Distinguished Tomasian Alumni is now open. The beginning of classes in UST for academic year 2024 to 2025 is on August 9. Malapit na. Ilang tulog na lang at excited na mga freshmen natin. Kayo ba excited na? Magpapasok ka na ulit, no? Dear friends, thank you for joining us today. Do watch Bridges again next Tuesday for another exciting episode sponsored by the UST College of Commerce Alumni Association Incorporated. Do stay with us as we continue to share with you the blessings of Bridges. Subscribe to our UST Tomasian Alumni Community YouTube channel and Facebook page. The past episodes of Bridges, on the other hand, can be watched also in our YouTube channel. So kung may mga na-miss out kayong episode, you can drop by our YouTube channel. Here at Bridges, we do not build walls. We build connections to reach out to one another. We build bridges of faith, bridges of hope, and bridges of love. Enjoy the rest of the evening, everyone. Mabuhay po tayong lahat, and God bless us all.